What's she do, play the piano?
She plays the piano. You just wait till you see this. Okay, honey, come on, it's showtime. Yeah, come on, sweetheart. Oh, I know, here we go. Okay, count.
Okay, players, prepare to play the final simulated game of the day. Our contestants, Professor Reginald Bradley of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, Dr. Julie Stever, Chief of Neurosurgery, Victory Memorial Hospital.
Boy, he will not live to be a paper man. Florida is having a drought. In the entire state, there is not enough water to make a cup of tea. He finds a puddle.
What are you doing? She's sleeping.
Gosh, I wish I could afford something pretty like this for my potential car buyers, but I'm having those end-of-the-month money problems. Doorbell.
Morning, Miss Bornak. Can we come in?
Well, I don't know, Kevin. Can you?
We are. Yeah, but don't count your money yet. Those are the 2 males.
Experimenting with something new, but it didn't work out.
Dorothy, he's only trying to do his job. It can't be very pleasant for him either.
Actually, as far as stakeouts go, it's kind of nice here.
I thought you couldn't hear with those things on.
Really want to put this on a childish level of name-calling?
Yes.
So do I.
Traitor.
Tramp.
Backstabber.
Homewrecker.
Indian giver. I'm sorry, I just got caught up in the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention.
Look, you're all confused and upset about this house business. There's only one thing you can do.
Well, what is that, Sophia?
Take the advice of a wise old Sicilian.
You, Sophia?
No, Charlie Callis. Many years ago, my father...
Well, it's a great idea. The pictures are just an intimate way to let a fella know he's the one and only man in your life. I've done it 20, 30 times.
Oh, Dorothy, how would you feel about a birthday present of a picture of me in sexy lingerie?
And a crackling fire, my God, Dorothy, it must be 120 in here.
Morning, Rose.
Dorothy, sometimes you can be so cruel. Honey, what's the matter?
Everything.
What's mad at you?
Oh, well, I can accept that. If you're still going to give me another chance, because I still want to try to be the best grandma in the whole world.
Does this mean I can start calling you Grandma again?
Oh, of course you can.
Money. You know, I always thought it was sad. I outlived my whole family. But I never knew it was going to be a punishment.
The hotel business started to slump. Hundreds of people got laid off. Now, I went looking for work.
Life is a sports page.
Listen, tell me I can't do better than this in my sleep. He grabbed her. She could feel his fingers pressing into her moist flesh. Her heart was pounding, her loins on fire. As he spun her around, her dress ripping open. You know how many...
Irreplaceable, you.
Dorothy, I just had a terrible nightmare.
Ah, what was it?
This. Break it up. Stanley, think of me as the Berlin Wall. Try to climb over me, and you'll know what Bob...
That is Sonny Bono. He's a major television star.
Boy, you have been gone a long time.
I know you're shocked and that this has caused you incredible pain.
You might say that.
Now, I didn't do it to be cruel. It may seem cowardly, but
This time, I'm gonna become a nun.
Do you believe what we just heard?
I can't believe anybody would want to be a nun. I mean, nun. The word says it.
For one thing, I always wanted to be a ballerina.
Please, with those legs?
Come on out, Salvador. I got more bread waiting for you.
Ma, I got news for you. I don't think it would have been any easier for you to break into ballet at 48.
That's not the point. I'd still have 2 more years to dream.
You miserable.
Oh, would you two knock it off? It's time for another world.
You can't watch Another World.
And why not?
Because you watched it yesterday.
That's exactly why I have to watch it today, Dorothy, to find out what happens. That's why they always say stay tuned for the continuing story of Another World.
Too bad, Black.
My recipes, and eventually I'll catch the eye of some fat general with big sweat stains under his arms. And he'll force me to let out his uniforms and satisfy his ugly needs.
It sounds like Christmas with my ex-husband.
I really don't think I need to go up there. I could see it was a goner when I drove up.
Oh, Sid, well, can't you patch it up or something?
Well, yeah, I could patch it up for you, but that won't stop more leaks when it rains again.
What are you trying to say, Sid?
You couldn't follow that?
She has trouble following Murder, She Wrote.
take it easy, ladies. Don't get your support hose in a knot.
That does it. The party is over. Everybody out. 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 Not you. Out. It's really been lovely, and if anything is missing, I will give your names to every narc in this city.
And Angela, where did you get this chicken?
The garage.
I guess this means no live entertainment with dessert.
Well, this isn't solving anything. I'm going to call the manager. Hello? Hello? Great. The phone's dead. It makes no difference. You only get lies from that scum-sucking pig. Look, would you mind going downstairs and telling the scum-sucker we want to see him? Okay. Thank you, Stan.
Blanche, would you care for something? Doesn't look like you're fighting the Battle of the Bulge.
No, thank you, Stan.
Well then, I'd like to make a toast. Your attention, please, everybody. To my son-in-law and my daughter. May she be as happy with her new life mate as I am with mine.
Hey, problem. His whole life is a 50-yard dash.
Ma, he robbed a bank. I'm calling the police.
No, wait. He didn't rob that bank. I know Rocco. He's a good man, a decent man, an honest man, and not a bad kisser.
Those green things that grow under boats.
Let's not talk about Chrissy.
Oh, come on. We've had a bitter divorce that time has softened into a hostile relationship. I mean, face it, our topics of conversation are limited.
Come on, Dorothy. We just sold a piece of property that we bought on our honeymoon.
Too bad. Yes, as a matter of fact, I am free tonight. Well, I would just love to meet for drinks. 7 is perfect. Bye.
Blanche, don't tell me that you were talking to Tom Gallagher.
Now, what if I was?
But you have plans with John tonight.
Firm and my breasts raised and my face lifted.
It's a shame to do all that and keep that hairdo.
Responsibility, like if you're missing any jewelry or they kill you.
I'm not getting out of here alive.
Ma, will you calm down? You are in the finest hospital in Florida. Nothing is going to go wrong.
Okay, Mrs. Petrillo. Let's see if we can get you patched up, huh? Thank you, Rose.
Come on, Ed.
You walk out that door, Missy. You can forget about coming back. Lucy!
Listen, I have some pictures. Take a look at that stretch of beach, huh? And that's our house. That is Chrissy on a new Hobie cat. That's Chrissy in the hot tub. That's me and Chrissy at a luau.
Is she the one with the apple in her mouth?
Ma!
You know, she looks pretty. Pop's been dead 27 years.
What's your point?
What are you saying?
Isn't it obvious, Dorothy? She showered with a dead man for 5 years.
Rose, what did you want?
I got 2 tickets to the hottest Norwegian musical in town.
Rose, you've really
All I know is Rose is going to be okay. And I am going to stick by my promise. Boy, from now on, you're going to see a new, improved Blanche.
I've just talked to the nurse. Mrs. Nyland's in her room, and she wants to see you.
Well, thank you, Doctor.
Room 114. By the way, I don't think I caught your name.
I'm Blanche.
Well, I think you're scared too, but you won't admit that you need help. Professional help to get on with your life. Oh, I've given this a lot of thought, Lily, and I really think it's the best way.
Rose, you're not coming back to Chicago with me, are you?
No.
How can you turn your back?
Ma, how did this happen?
Vincenzo, no il garage, ma una stanza da letto.
Stanza da letto? Sofia, tu mi hai detto un garage di prima classe, ti ho dato un garage di prima classe.
It was a slight misunderstanding. You see, in Sicily, every region has its own dialect.
Oh, Sophia, honey, I want to wish you all the happiness in the world.
Oh, thank you, Blanche.
And Sophia, I want to offer you a traditional Scandinavian wedding blessing. Gefleckte Flaffen, Fleffen Flirten, Verfetter Flingen, Verflaffen.
Well, I'll never understand what Jean doesn't see in the opposite sex, but hey, if that's what makes her happy, that's fine by me.
There's one other thing.
Jean thinks she's in love with Rose.
Rose? Jean has the hots for Rose? I don't believe it. I do not believe it.
90-year-old twins, Ralph and Nunzio, sitting on a park bench. Ralph says to Nunzio, "Hey, whatever happened to that streaking craze?" And Nunzio says, "What streaking craze?" And Ralph says, "You know, when everybody would take off their clothes and run down the street." So Nunzio says, "Hey, that sounds like fun. I think I'll do it right now."
Let's go home. Okay. Rose, you say Charlie never did this.
I think he was scared.
He was, huh? Okay, Rose, come on. Let's go for it.
I bet if Charlie had jumped, he'd have thrown in a few somersaults.
Bag.
I'll get it.
I'll get it.
Ma, I said I'd get it.
I don't want you to get it.
Let's not argue. You get it.
What am I, your servant?
And then one night at the country club, possibly during little Mei Ling's coming out party. Dorothy's having the time of her life when she goes to the powder room and she overhears the towel lady telling Mrs. Steinbeck that Dorothy's husband. Yes. Oh, Mr. Ninnervini, my ice skating coach, said I should wear weights to strengthen my ankles. Well, I'm off to the grocery. Can I bring you anything?
Is that as fast as you can go?
Yes.
Don't get any dairy.
Look, I know it's wrong, but I was confused, so I called Dr. Halpern. He's coming over right away. This is all my fault.
No, it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault. I mean, who goes to their room in the middle of the day without knocking?
Oh, Pussycat, you've come too.
Our research shows the Japanese actually hate rice, but what they hate more is burning their fingers on baked potatoes. Anyway, Dorothy, a major Japanese distributor is arriving next week. Sborn Co. is throwing a big reception for him. I need a date. I want you to go with me.
I'm sorry, Stan. There are other vegetables I'd rather...
But the important thing is, you're all a chucklehead. and we wouldn't trade you in for any other chucklehead in the whole wide world. Why don't you take it, Dorothy?
Honey, you listen to me. What you did was great. It was historic.
Honey, you're what?
Guess it's time to turn in.
I guess.
You're not tired?
Not really.
Me neither. Do you feel like dancing?
Oh, I'd love to. I can be dressed and back in that ballroom in 10 minutes.
No, Rose.
At least 6 times.
The last episode was the highest rated ever. Ever.
That must be a good feeling.
Well, it's kind of an acknowledgement.
I hate to interrupt you, but I have some bad news. It's all over. That's right, you're busted.
Miserable, no good lowlife. You told me your mama was having surgery.
She is.
Blanche, please let me explain. Why? So you can make up some cockamamie story about how you're just 2 ships that passed in the night and it'll never happen again? Save your breath. I've heard all that before.
You have?
Yes.
One is making promises and in celebration of Rose's miraculous recovery. I've decided I'm going to go out more. But she's going to be a lawyer and I can't go out?
You know, I've never been afraid of dying. That's because I'm not going to stay.
Rose.
Was it the glass menagerie?
That's correct for 100 points. What innovative industrialist invented the assembly line? Willard.
I'm sorry, I did it again.
Sophia.
Henry Ford. The day would come when the tables would turn and I'd have to take care of him. But I guess it has.
Sophia, why don't you come with us? It might be fun to hear Blanche's father sing.
To you, Rose, but what are you...
Oh, sure. Do I look like a man who's about to do it for the 3rd time? Get married, I mean.
Very handsome. Have you lost weight?
No, I'm wearing a girdle. Is Sophia going to make it to the wedding?
She's not quite up to it, but she sends her regards. I meant the refrigerator.
I'm going to call the repairman.
I already did. He said he'd be over in 15 minutes. That was 3 hours ago. Well, let's break out the ice cream. What's this? I froze my underwear to stay cool. I'd lend you a pair, but on you, I'm afraid they...
Ma, he's tired of being a lawyer, so he's joining the circus.
What did you do to him?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, right. One day the man's a lawyer, the next he's a clown. Perfectly natural.
Ma, please, this is hard enough as it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I just tend to get a little upset when people...
anymore.
You mean you can be too old?
Rodents can be, not humans.
Is that a theory, or is that based on personal experience?
Both.
Dr. Parks, there's a lizard out on the lanai that's looking awful peaked lately. I wonder if you'd mind taking a look.
Not at all.
Oh.
Isn't it busty?
It sure is, Biff.
It makes me want to kiss you, Josie.
Oh, mind your manners, Biff. While we at the 4th of July picnic, the whole town is here.
To hell with this town. Come away with me.
But you're a drifter, Biff. I can't just pull up stakes and run off. Good idea, we can hitchhike. See, I can lift up my skirt, you know, like in that Clark Gable movie. It happened one night. Boy, we'll have a ride in no time.
Please, you lift up your skirt, and someone might mistake your thigh for the on-ramp to the freeway. Let's hit it!
A friend of mine from high school, Helen Colquist, she just moved to Miami. And we spent a little time together and decided we'd get together today. I even got out the old yearbook so we could go down memory lane.
Oh.
Last night she had a heart attack and died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've been sitting here looking through the book and I can't believe...
Watching while 2 naked men wrestle to see who gets to make love to me.
It's the end of the world.
Only for the loser.
Okay, Rose, what is this all about?
You know that Sunshine Cadet troop I've been helping out with? This was done by one of the girls. She calls
Hey,
it...
this is the prettiest outfit I own. Then you tell me I don't look very good in it. Now, which one is the truth?
Both. But look on the bright side, honey. How often do you get out of your robe on the weekends?
I finished loading the cartons into the car.
Oh, thank you, Daisy, darling.
You know, it's very sweet of you to give up your Saturday...
And I remembered. I mixed up the rooms, but I remembered. Of course, I thought the carving was in the kitchen. Sal used to hang his salamis in here. Dorothy, I may be fading, but I'm still holding on to some of the big things.
Yeah, and you might get more back.
Might? I insist. All I need is a little more...
It's 4.5 years, so that makes it closer to 35%. You know what? The last thing my mother said to me was that she wanted me to keep my feet on the floor.
My mother wanted me to be a priest.
I guess it's a bad day for mothers. Your face here after what you've done. Dennis, I think you should be leaving.
Mother Dorothy,
And
please.
do not call me Mother Dorothy. I hate it when you call me Mother Dorothy. I feel like I should be handing out rice on the streets of Calcutta.
Where is Kate?
Oh, she's not here.
She said she was coming here.
She left.
Where'd she...
9 months.
Really, Ma, I'd be more comfortable at a hotel.
Fine. Be more comfortable. I hardly see you. You never come to visit. And you finally get here, you're staying at a hotel. You could have just called. Mom, do you want me to stay at the house? Do what you want.
But his days are numbered. When the revolution comes, he's the second to be shot.
Who's the first?
Morales, my next-door neighbor who knocked up my sister.
Well, this is dandy. Just dandy. I knew I should never have let you two...
I am having a good time.
Well, thank you, Steve. Now, here's the vitamins. Take them when you get up.
Oh, but sometimes I get up at 4 a.m. to, well, you know.
I know, boy, do I know.
Yeah, but I'm sure afterwards Stevie doesn't yell, "Help, come get me, my feet are asleep."
One afternoon, I thought I saw Pat Sajak riding side saddle on a dolphin.
I'm gonna get something to eat.
Oh, yeah, good idea. There's that salad in the fridge. Sophia?
No, I have to finish this. Knit 1, purl 2.
5, 6, 7, 8. Blanche, I just heard on the radio 2 killers escaped from a Georgia State Penitentiary. So? They could be headed here.
Honey, they escaped in Georgia. Why on earth would they come to Miami?
For the same reason we did.
Eligible men?
No, I know. I'll never forget when I first met Stan's mother.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Better than anyone I know.
What color is black people's dandruff?
Rose black.
No, but what a great idea!
It's terrific. Now you have something to do on Wednesdays.
Okie dokie. Do you know that promotion I was up for at the counseling center? Well, I found out I can't have it unless I become bilingual.
Oh, no, honey, don't do that.
For an Alka-Seltzer.
Girls, I have great news. I found a final resting place for Mrs. Claxton.
Rose, you found one of her relatives?
No, I spread her ashes around the old oak tree in front of her house.
Well, what on earth for?
Well, to prove that her life had some meaning.
As fertilizer?
Did I hear you say that you were from St. Olaf?
Yes.
I'm from St. Gustav. We're neighbors. My name's Meg.
I'm Rose. What are you doing here, Meg?
I was arrested for being a hooker, just like you.
Oh, I'm not...
I have a few words I'd like to say. First off, I want to thank all of you. This has been a great campaign. Tomorrow at this time, I could actually be your city councilman. But I don't want to be your city councilman unless I can win this job honestly, and there is something that I haven't...
From the ball and her 3 wicked roommates are jealous.
We are not jealous, Ma. We are angry. You left us sitting in jail.
Hey, I sent over the bail money. You were out an hour later. I think that was just about the time I was nibbling a giant shrimp out of Jerry Reed's hand.
There, Papa.
Dorothy, how's Sophia doing?
Oh, she's resting, but her hernia is painful.
Well, honey, put your mind at ease. The operation today is just a minor procedure. And by the way, you have nothing to be guilty about.
What? Well, I don't feel opened up to me this way and poured out such crap.
Didn't buy any of it, huh?
Not true. I believe you're scared. You know, you've just discovered something most of us have known for years. That life doesn't always turn out exactly the way you like.
Hi.
Hello, Stan.
Come on in, I ordered up some refreshments. After all...
Oh, volunteering to organize this variety show is the worst idea we have ever had. We've hardly sold any tickets. We can't find an MC, and every act that we have auditioned is awful.
Dorothy, I've got some good news. I've had a change of heart. I'll let the triplets be in your show for free.
Why, Sophia, that's what...
Dorothy, I was thinking of a permanent arrangement.
What do you mean?
I want Ma to come live with me. So I asked her to, and she said yes.
Yeah, the guy at the shop calls it the Dan Rather model. You think it makes me look more intellectual?
Oh, absolutely. By the way, Stanley, your flyer's open.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Don't worry about it. I hear that Dan Rather...
Oh, Dorothy. Oh, a secondhand sweatshirt with my name misspelled on it. Oh, you're right, Dorothy. I love it.
Rose, that is the... Now, you have been carrying on for a week. It was only a toy animal.
Fernando was more than that. He was full of life. He was full of love.
He was full of stuffing, Rose. Now, look, you've got to get a grip on yourself.
I'm sorry. I know I'm behaving like a fool.
Slanderous and downright malicious rumors in my political career. But this rumor is the worst kind of rumor. This is a true rumor. It actually happened, just like you said.
Well, not with me, it didn't.
Mr. Kessler, who was the woman?
Well, I can't.
Hoping to catch me in the act.
What act?
Second act of My Fair Lady, Rose.
Finally, I had to tell Jean-Pierre I could not take it anymore, and we broke up. I was completely crushed.
I guess you really liked him.
No, I really liked the American boy.
Now I get it.
Oh, good. I thought I was going to have to draw you a picture. And I'm not sure I'd know how. Hey!
Would anybody else like something cold to drink?
I would.
Blanche, I really should be going, you know.
Oh, all right, Laszlo. Thank you again for the ride home.
It was my pleasure. Goodbye, Blanche. Goodbye, Dorothy.
Decide I'm going to give him a taste of his own medicine.
Do I look like Maury Heseltine?
A little around the eyebrows. But that's not the point. I've got to make sure I have the perfect gag before I spring it on him. Oh, I'm sorry, pussycat. No hard feelings?
No, okay, Ma. No hard feelings.
Forget your laundry. Well, Rex?
Look, I guess I do owe you an apology.
Yes, I think you do.
I got a better idea. Tomorrow night, I'm taking you out. I'll call you tomorrow and we'll decide where.
Oh.
We'll have a great time, okay?
Okay.
Or Dynasty, or Falcon's Landing, or one of those. They're all the same.
Oh, I thought you were the one.
Oh, please. I could never do anything like that. If you saw my brother-in-law, you'd know why.
Now, look, Rose, you're going to have to go to... Honey, why don't you speak to one of the nurses?
We'll come with you.
Oh, no, just continue with your little sing-along.
Kirsten, listen,
Leave her alone, pussycat. She's scared.
I'm scared too. Why does it always have to take something like this to make us realize how much we take life for granted?
Oh, amen to that.
I used to, but...
You better be careful what you say. I happen to be an ex-wife.
Not like his, I'm sure. No one's like her. She's Superwoman. She was the perfect wife. Cooked, cleaned, had 2 kids, got an education, has never looked better, and now she has a career.
Oh, that wasn't a marriage.
Mandrell, would that get me on the show?
No, but if you're ever in prison, I bet it'd get you everyone's dessert. Oh, this is terrible. The Ladies Auxiliary puts me in charge of the variety show, and we can't come up with one decent act.
I was just thinking, it's too bad we're not back in St. Olaf.
Quality time together. You know, sometimes we'll be watching TV, and I start wondering how many more times I have left like that. And I find myself staring at her, and like I'm trying to freeze her face in my memory. Like I never want to forget one single line or wrinkle. Oh, fine, right, Ma?
It was a hollow victory. Time has taken its toll on Gladys. She's not the fierce competitor she once was.
You know, for the talent section, she was supposed to do a medley from the Fantastics. She started with Try to Remember, and she couldn't.
Hey, that remedy's been in our family for generations.
And it always works?
Always. Of course, I never saw anyone eat it before. Usually you just throw a glop on the vaporizer.
Oh,
What are you looking at? She scuffed those shoes. I heard her left a mark on that boy.
I'll see you later. I'm going over to Tony's.
For lunch?
No, I just called him. He was in bed. I heard female laughter in the background. It was Angela. They're sleeping together just like I suspected.
Of love? For some strange reason, I find that provocative.
You really ought to date more, Rose. That must be him. All right, honey, why don't you heat up the roll and cool yourself down?
Good evening.
Cleavage or a lot of leg?
That depends on what you're going for. A chuckle or a guffaw.
Blanche, I think a conservative ensemble is in Sophia's best interest.
Oh, there'll be music?
Now, where are you going? Tell me to my face.
If you're so angry with him, tell him. You don't have to kill him.
I know, but I want to.
Dorothy, anger is a lot like a piece of shredded wheat caught under your dentures. If you leave it there, you get a blister, and you gotta eat Jell-O all week.
Oh, look, 2 more mimes pretending to kill yourself. I'm gonna have some fun with it. They weren't mimes, were they? You don't understand why you didn't tell him this morning exactly how you felt.
Is that it, Rose? I mean, are you finished, or is there something else that you don't understand?
Well, actually, there is. I don't understand how a thermos keeps things both hot and cold.
Future. Now I'll go home. I'll hurt. But after a while, I'll feel better, and I'll go on with my life. If I continue this, I'll end up alone, and I care too much about myself to let that...
Decided to get into show business, and they became the internationally renowned Scandinavian dance team of Stepan Fetchik.
Please say you didn't do this.
Gene Taylor!
Please tell me you didn't.
Dorothy Zbornak!
I just wish you'd watch yourself, Dorothy, because we're all pretty excited about these.
Cheese!
Now smile.
We'll save a lot of time if you just do it.
Have a good time.
Thank you.
I never got to go to the junior prom in St. Olaf. How come? It was just for people named Junior.
Dorothy, don't worry. We'll have you out of jail in no time. I'll get the best attorney Social Security can buy. My God, Dorothy, did you see all the reporters out there?
I know. It's becoming art.
Honey, don't be silly. Jake knows I care for him, but our relationship can only go so far. Now, he knows that as well as I do. That's probably him. Hi, honey.
Hi, sweetheart.
Going.
It's my day to volunteer at the hospital.
Oh, Sophia, you know it's really sweet of you to volunteer.
I like charity work. Besides, I got my eye on an eligible doctor for Dorothy. I hope he likes charitable work, too.
Listen, Dorothy, I'm going to an art show tomorrow night. I always...
You're not a grown woman. Just because the plumbing's in doesn't mean the house is ready to occupy.
I think I know what you're getting at.
Good, because I really didn't make that up myself. I heard it on This Old House.
Well, I tried talking to my father, but he just went all
Time. No, you can't put it in brownies. I said no reefers, okay? Goodbye.
You know, Sophia, the problems you're having at work remind me of something that happened back in St. Olaf.
Please, dust reminds you of something back in...
Who he is. Have you actually said anything or not? And if he's heard it as someone he really isn't, has anything you've said actually been heard?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
She wants to know what to do.
You know how relieved I was to find out the roof was leaking.
Oh, hi, Rose. Hey, the ceiling in your room leaking too?
No, Dorothy, I just finished milking the cow I keep in my closet. Gee, with only 3 hours sleep, I can be as bitchy as you.
Oh, well, look at the cute little puppy dog. Hello there, honey. Oh, he likes me. He must be a male.
Then you don't mind if he stays here till I find his owner?
Mine. Of course I mind. You can't keep that filthy beast in my house. Well, Frank, you know, I've been thinking, this is the 3rd Saturday of our relationship, and I don't even know what you like to eat. Why don't you come over for dinner this Saturday night and let me find out what whets your appetite?
Sushi, raw fish, very good.
Whoops, that flew right out of my hand. That was delicious.
Blanche, last weekend you ate so many pudding pops, you could have built the Eiffel Tower from the sticks.
That is not what I meant. I meant everything just hangs on me.
Of course it does. That's why you have to cover it with a dress.
I'm not interested. Good luck in therapy.
Dorothy, I don't think you quite get it.
I get it perfectly. You're going to therapy to try to win me back. And I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. Not to mention $100 an hour.
110, Dorothy. This guy's got the little beard and everything. Dr. Halpin's working with me on something called...
Blanche, we joined the Friends of Sea Mammals for a reason. You are so unmotivated.
Well, but I joined this mammals with blowholes thing. I didn't expect to be carrying picket signs on some grungy dock. I was hoping more for a fundraiser cocktail party with...
And now I'd like to thank all those bake sale participants who raised money for the Religious Cult Deprogramming Center. I'm happy to report that Doris Levy's son Marshall is now...
It was just as it always had been.
Well, I'm shocked.
I was too. You know, Chrissy didn't teach him a thing.
Well, if he's moving in, I'm moving out.
He is not moving in, Ma. We are not getting back together. It was just
The nitty-gritty. Why don't you all tell me a little bit about yourself?
fine. I'm a teacher. I'm divorced.
I'm a widow. No man would leave me unless he absolutely had to. I'm 41 years old, I'm 5'6", I weigh 108 pounds, and my hair is its natural hue.
Sure, Blanche, yours?
Well, then the hell with you and your oversexed boyfriend, Dorothy Zbornak. I'm just glad that little Mayling's coming out party was ruined.
Who?
And I'm glad that Elliot is bonging every woman at your country club.
Female who likes to party, and he got one. No, I need to make some extra money. What for? When you get to be my age, the quality of your life changes. While you three are at work, I'm here by myself all day, and it gets lonely.
Oh, Ma, maybe I could stay home more.
Oh, we could get a giant screen TV. Rose, you're too hard on yourself. I know people who think you're dumb over the phone. Doorbell. Doorbell.
I'm glad he didn't die alone on the street, but here, with a caring person, doing what he liked to do best.
Was a relationship I had in high school with a young man named Benjamin. Now you have to understand that in those days in the South, a lot of things were still taboo. Certain people were not to mix. So Benjamin and I had to meet in secret. Oh, we knew if any of the bigots in town found out about us that...
Oh,
honey, that's silly.
You don't know Holly.
She just got her directions all mixed up. It was a mistake.
Just like it was a mistake leaving me out of dinner at Antonio's and a mistake leaving me home from the play.
Rose, you are overreacting to this. Now calm down. Let's just go and enjoy the movie.
What movie?
Said presentation is very important. Oh, whenever I saw you coming down the hall with that ceramic bowl and a paintbrush, I'd run and hide under my bed and cry. Then you'd rub some on my doll.
Can I fix you some breakfast, honey?
No, thanks. Oh, I just feel terrible. If I'm gonna spend the night tossing and turning, at least I want to wake up smelling like aftershave.
Abutting navigable waters. I don't believe that this court has any jurisdiction.
That sounds legal to me. Counselor, your last day has been a good one. Case dismissed.
Nance.
Welcome home, soldier.
25. Oh, I'm sorry, Blanche. No, I'm not blaming any of this on you. It's all my fault for giving Stan so many chances. But I can't do this again. I mean, how many times can I make the same mistake? You were saying, Blanche?
Well, it's just breaking my heart. I've never cared for a man as much as Fidel Santo Domingo.
Santiago.
Or whatever. The point is, he's rich, he's handsome, and we were made for you.
All creatures must learn to coexist. Back where I come from, they do. That's why the brown bear and the field mouse can share their lives and live in harmony. course, they can't mate or the mice would explode. Are you saying you're upset because the reunion went great and your sorority sisters look wonderful?
Well, of course not, Rose. That would be childish. I am upset because I was not the center of attention and nobody said I was the prettiest.
Oh, come on now, Blanche. I mean, what difference does it make?
Oh, Dorothy, you could... Dorothy, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. The cab driver says we better get going if we want to make our plane.
Big Daddy, you remember Dorothy.
Hello.
Honey, I have to go now. Yes. Wait till my friends hear about this.
For the time being, this must be our little secret. I'm in the middle of a rather messy divorce, and if the reporters get
Oh,
hold...
say no more. I'm not naive about these things. I have a subscription to People magazine.
Well then, until tonight.
Rose, did you catch that?
I sure did, my friend. Darn girdle. The man refuses to curse.
Blanche, if you're going to insist on contradicting every opinion I have, I won't allow...
We agreed we weren't going to read any more of Rose's diary.
That was only because we couldn't pry the lock off again. Then I remember we had these pliers in the tool drawer. Gangway, old people coming through.
What is all this? Oh, Blanche, we don't have anything to worry about. If we give that baby love and attention and understanding, it'll turn out fine.
That's beautiful.
Besides, what does Spock know about raising babies? On Vulcan, all the kids are born in pods. Like Kirsten, the difference between boys and girls. I knew the time had come, but I kept putting it off. Finally, I decided it was time to take the bull by the horns.
So you told her?
No, I took the bull by the horns, turned him around, and showed her what makes a bull a bull.
Well, we could sneak into Rose's room, put on some of her hasty dresses, then do imitations of...
No, not the three of us. I mean Janet and Sarah and I.
Oh, the three of you. I don't care.
You're no help at all, Sophia. Dorothy, do you have any ideas?
Well, you know, my idea of a good time.
Oh, God.
Volunteered from Meals on Wheels, and I think I'm really making progress with Jimmy. Although I could make more if Ma would stop yelling boo.
Boy, you're really taking an interest in that man. What happened to him anyway?
The turmoil of the 60s just got to him.
The 60s were an emotional time for all of us. Questions. Where does this go? What does this do? And he followed me to plumbing, where I bought a see-through shower curtain.
And where is he now? Tied to the roof rack of your car?
Oh, we don't want to stay...
Oh, yes, we do. We have to, but just for the one night.
Well, there's no need to be embarrassed. We're not here to judge you. We're just here to keep you safe and warm till morning. Let me get you some pillows. I'll be right back.
Blanche, this is insane.
Dorothy, I'm not leaving here without that jacket.
I'm with Blanche. We've come this far.
After we get inside, we can all split up and look for it.
Here are your pillows.
I wish you would give me the benefit of the doubt.
Why can't you give me the benefit of logic? Look, Blanche, I'm not saying you're crazy, but places, smells, sounds, they're all very powerful suggestions. I mean, isn't it possible this is all your imagination, Blanche? Blanche. Fine.
Mrs. Petrillo, you're under arrest.
Well, all's well that ends well. What? It's the title of a Shakespeare play.
Well, Rose, nothing is well and nothing has ended.
But in general, it refers to the kind of person you don't want to share your hootencoggles with.
Rose, if you say one more of those stupid words...
Oh, blow it out, your tube and burbles!
You are not mad?
Are you kidding? Our friendship was built on years of this.
Trudy, you have made this one hell of a reunion.
Speaking of which, there's a party out there. Come on.
Well, Dorothy Zbornak, I I cannot believe you put Rose and me through this.
Yeah.
For this afternoon, but you have to finish your Mr. Ha-Ha Dog first, because Ha-Ha Dog is fun to eat. Ha-Ha Dog is a great big treat. Ha-Ha Dog is a great big treat. And it's only $1.79 without a beverage. Woo! See you soon, kids!
Behave yourself. Hello, Mr. Weinstock.
Oh, my goodness, as I live and breathe.
Unfortunately.
You're little Dorothy Petrillo.
That's right.
You haven't changed a bit. Same gorgeous smile, pretty eyes, beautiful figure, long golden blonde hair.
You have cataracts,
A
don't
little on the side. You dealt with it. Wait a minute, this isn't Splash Mountain.
Bud?
Yes.
You probably don't remember me, but you told me I wasn't sick. Do you remember? You told me I was just getting old.
I'm sorry, I really don't.
Remember, maybe you're getting old. That's a little...
I always am. Still, she must be worried by now.
Rose, my daughter's dead. She passed away some time ago. I go to the cemetery on Mother's Day. It was always such a special day for the two of us. I like to pretend it's still.
The nuclear bomb the day after. 8 years old, and this is the kind of thing that's on her mind.
That's unbelievable.
Well, she wasn't the only one. 3 other girls did pictures just like it. I don't understand it.
Oh, honey, it's not so uncommon. I mean, kids hear about nuclear war on TV. They read it in the papers. It's part of their lives. I mean, they can't help it.
Sophia, what does it mean, a little less bourbon?
It's a big decision, Sophia. She's got to think about it.
She's family. If you can't count on family, who the hell can you count on?
She's Italian.
By yourself.
Rose, all my life I've done everything I wanted to do. Nothing's ever stood in my way before. For the past 6 months, that's how I've been trying to deal with everything. I thought that I could overcome this thing by myself. I guess that deep down inside, I thought I could make it go away.
I love you.
Sophia, there's something I don't understand. Now, you're always a bit ornery, unpleasant, impolite, even downright mean. That's part of your charm.
Thank you, you bed-hopping relic.
I am being audited.
It's aggravating, yes, but you don't have anything to be worried about. Do you?
Well, of course not, but you know how nitpicky they can be. You forget to dot one little I, or you don't declare the tiniest little thing, and they can blow it all out of lucky.
Not so lucky. The man in your bed is dead.
What?
Dead.
Oh, Sophia. He's not dead. I was just in there.
So was I. I went to put back your laundry. And I see there's a man on the bed, so I introduced myself. But he doesn't answer.
Bear.
Yeah. The bear dream.
I hated that dream.
A bear is eating you. What's to love? You were so cute. You were always so polite when you woke me.
Mommy, I'm having a bad dream. Me all these years.
Well, no.
Then unburden yourself, Ma. Not just to your daughter, but to your friend.
Here goes. The man you saw in that picture was Guido Spirelli. He was my first husband through an arranged marriage, which I had later annulled.
And?
Attacks, or cancer, or anything like that. There should just be a certain age where you have to turn your life in, like a library book. You pack a bag, you go, and that's that. I wouldn't know what to pack.
Of course, you know, the real question is, do they have dry cleaners there?
Well, dry cleaners die. There's probably a slew of...
Just a little lover's quarrel. Please go on with the party. I better see what's wrong.
Care to dance?
Love to. Supply the sandwiches, you demand the money.
Okay.
Lesson number 3, quit being an idiot.
I thought you were Blanche.
Once I thought I was Bess Trumer, but then they switched me to 20 milligrams a day.
I had a cousin who thought he was Jiminy Cricket. Of course, that was at the height of the Pinocchio craze.
Oh, no. I just have something in my eye.
That's dog love in your eyes.
All right, I admit it. I love dogs. It just breaks my heart that that dog is gone.
I know. I felt the same way when I dropped him off. That's why I started.
Honey, I don't think there's enough sugar left in the bowl.
Angela, that was the best meal I've ever had in my life.
Well, how good could it have been? You left half of it.
I ate every bite.
Well, there's some sauce left. If you really liked it, you take a hunk of that bread and slop it all up. You can afford it.
Oh, no, I can't.
That's a man and you're a man. You're both men. Clayton, you're that thing that everyone said Olga Larson's nephew was because he wore paisley clogs and gave out puff pastry carnival. And I was having the greatest time eating candied turnips and guessing how many sweet potatoes were in the glass jar, bobbing for yams. I had a knack of always coming up with the firmest, most appealing yams.
I was once told I had the firmest, most appealing gam.
How was Don's debut?
A disaster. What can you say about a show by an ex-fake Beatle that began with I've Gotta Be Me and ended with Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting? What the hell was that man doing up there?
Was it as bad as that?
Had it been...
And she still hasn't worn your sweatshirt.
Thank you. I called the diocese like you told me, Dorothy. The Pope will be here any minute to pick up the ring.
The Pope's coming here? In anyone else's what I see in yours. Oh. Oh.
With the possible exception of Mrs. Stouffer. Enjoy your shots.
Why don't I just show Angela where she'll be staying?
Good idea. You get yourself settled and then we can catch up on family.
Okay. You know, Dorothy, Blanche here could be the identical twin of your cousin Apollonia. Apollonia was a stunningly beautiful woman.
Blanche, you didn't hear me out.
I've heard all I have to hear.
Now, I know this is rough for you, but it's been rough for me, too. Now, you're gonna listen. 9 years ago, I found out that my partner was embezzling from the family company. He was a clever man. All the signs pointed to me.
Funeral.
Yeah, but Pop wasn't.
Of course not. He hated your Uncle Mario. Everyone hated your Uncle Mario. That's how he died. 23 stab wounds during a block party and nobody saw a thing.
Pop left a scared, sick 5-year-old all alone at the hospital, said he had to go to work. They fight over whether it's macaroni and cheese or cheese and macaroni. They have given cows the right to vote. A magician once pulled a rabbit out of a hat. They burned him as a witch. Don't look at me like that. I'm telling you the truth.
Look, I'm sure you're very close to Miss...
But I didn't have the time. Yeah, well, that was my fault, Kevin, for interrupting the high school experience with a book.
Hey, you didn't know?
Kevin, what are you going to do when you're out in the world competing with young men who have applied themselves?
Call the coach. The number's by the phone. Fine. Is there anything I can do?
Call the hospital and the coach. You got that, Rose?
Oh, hurry. Here comes another one. Yikes!
Hey, what do you do for a living? Crack walnuts? What's going on?
You better keep an eye on her.
Oh, you're right. We better stick to her like a tight shirt on a sweaty farmhand. You know the type with the big biceps and the hairy chest just glistening in the hot sun? I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
Seems you had a transfusion while you were there. The hospital thinks the blood may have contained HIV antibodies.
HIV? Wait a minute. You're talking about AIDS.
Oh, well, that said, crunching his chips. Oh, he's dead. Wrong way driver hit him head on. Totally dead, ma'am. Crunch, crunch.
Oh, no.
Puts me on hold and then eats Doritos while he tells me my life is over. Oh, Rose has to tell her. Rose won't eat. It's a gift. Keep it. Marguerite, if you're trying to bribe me, there's no need. As far as I'm concerned, you have the job.
Fine with me.
Oh, me too. Can you start tomorrow?
I'll be here bright and early.
We'll see you then.
Right.
You be sure and use that just like I told you now.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye now.
You know, there's an old Italian saying for times like this. Scappa, tu sei malfortuna.
What does that mean?
Get away from me, you bad luck.
In the crook of the door handle for emergencies, and by the time I got through, I was the 12th caller. I won 4 tickets to the Frank Sinatra concert.
You get your bohunkus back in here and listen to what I have to say.
Oh, Blanche, I'm sorry. What were you trying to tell me?
Well, Rose, I just don't know what.
Don't ever do that.
It just doesn't seem possible that 5 years has gone by since we moved in together.
Well, it's gonna be rough if we have to go our separate ways. We've all learned to depend on each other so much.
Especially Rose.
What's that little charmer? You know that?
Oh, you lady Di, come on!
Do me a favor, join the bomb squad. Oh, God, I'm crazy nuts about this guy!
साजना, सोसला तुझा दुरा you.